Good morning. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Alison Smith and I am the Director of Secondary Education. Today I am here to discuss our 2013 to 2014 School Improvement Plan and what steps we as a district will be making to increase reading and writing proficiency amongst our students. Helping me today will be Michael Allen, our English Language Arts Curriculum Director.
Hello all. As Alison said, my name is Michael Allen and I am so glad to be here this morning to work with you all. The reason for today's professional development session is that based on recent MME and MEAP scores for our high school, reading and writing proficiency is still a major challenge for students within our district. The objective of this professional development session is to inform you about the current state of reading and writing proficiency among your students and then show you some strategies that you all will be using within your classrooms to help increase student achievement within these areas over the coming school year.
The agenda for today will be as follows. From 9 o'clock to 9:15 we will be doing a quick fun icebreaker. From 9:15 to 9:50 we will review our current district MME and MEAP reading and writing scores, and discuss various strategies all teachers will be incorporating into their classrooms this year. From 9:50 to 10 o'clock we will wrap up with a quick summary exit slip. We are going to start today's professional development with a fun icebreaker where you and the other members of your table will be creating either a 30-second television commercial or a print advertisement that advertises their team to the rest of the groups. The idea is to sell your team to the rest of the groups by sharing your expertise, values, beliefs, hobbies and/or interests. Your television commercial or print advertisement should contain a slogan or catchphrase that sums up the personality and traits of your group, and you should have at least one visual to go along with your television commercial or print advertisement. For example, a group of math teachers might use the phrase, "There is strength in numbers," and describe how the teachers within the math department bring all of their backgrounds, expertise and prior knowledge together to help create a successful learning environment for all their students. You will have 10 minutes to work on your television commercial or print advertisement. Are there any questions? I am looking forward to seeing what each group comes up with. Have fun and please begin. You should all be finishing up in the next minute or so and then each group will share what they came up with. Excellent job all of you. I knew we had creative minds here, but I had no idea how creative you all are. Michael will now take us into our main learning activity for today.
Thank you, Alison. Our main learning activity for today's professional development is split into two parts. On your tables you will find a handout titled Gaining Attention. You and the other members of your group will be working together to try and solve the problem that has been presented to you. You will have 10 minutes to solve the brain teaser, and at the end of 10 minutes we will see which groups were able to successfully tackle the problem. You may begin. You should all be finishing up in the next minute or so and then we will see what you all were able to come up with. Okay, your time is up. Let's see what some of the groups were able to come up with. Do we have any volunteers? Thank you Group 3 for volunteering. Please show us what you came up with. Great job math teachers. You successfully got both the jackals and coyotes to the other side of the river. Any other groups come up with a different strategy? So you may be sitting there wondering why we asked you to do this activity. As you know, the problem you just tackled seemed quite difficult at first, but with a little thought, effort and collaboration with your team, you were all able to overcome the problem and reach your intended goal. This is the same attitude, effort and teamwork we need to tackle the problem that sits before us and our students, reading and writing proficiency.
Thank you Michael. As Michael just said, we as a district have a huge task in front of us, but I know that if we all come together and tackle this problem head-on, we will able to meet the goals set forth in our school improvement plan. As you can see in the handouts that Michael has provided you, reading and writing proficiency is something our students have continued to struggle in. Over the past 5 years on average, only 35% of our juniors are either proficient or advanced on the MME in reading and only 25% of our juniors are either proficient or advanced on the MME in writing. Additionally, when you look at our 4th and 7th grade MEAP scores, Our students have consistently scored the lowest among all school districts in Macomb County in reading and writing proficiency, so now is the time to take action to help our students become more proficient in both reading and writing. As part of our 2013 to 2014 School Improvement Plan, our leadership team has set forth the following goals for the upcoming year. Michael.
Improvement Goal Number 1. All students at East Detroit High School will improve their reading proficiency, to increase reading proficiency in grades 9, 10 and 11 so that 60% of 11th graders are proficient in the MME reading assessment. Improvement Goal Number 2. All students at East Detroit High School will improve their writing proficiency, to increase writing proficiency in grades 9, 10 and 11 so that 70% of 11th graders score 150 words or more in 5 minutes on the writing tracker assessment. Improvement Goal Number 3. All students at East Detroit High School will improve their writing proficiency, to increase writing proficiency in grades 9, 10 and 11 so that 60% of 11th graders are proficient in the MME writing assessment. I know that you might be sitting there wondering, how are we going to reach these goals? We do understand that these are some pretty lofty goals, but with the strategies we will provide you with today and the hard work and collaboration we know you all will put in, we know we can reach these goals that have been put in front of us today. Allison will share these strategies with you now.
Thank you, Michael. The strategies we are going to show you today are not only effective, but they are easy to implement into your classroom. Strategy 1. Close and analytical reading. All teachers will embed close and critical reading into their instructional delivery to increase student comprehension of complex informational text. The purpose of this strategy is to move students from comprehending the information within a text to being able to apply it to their own lives and real-world application. Strategy 2. Writing Tracker. All teachers will utilize Writing Tracker at least once a week within their classroom to increase students' writing proficiency. Writing Tracker is a system that is designed to improve student writing through a combination of idea generators, quick writes, chart recorders, data analyzers, reflections, and goal setters. Strategy 3. Writing Prompts. All teachers will incorporate writing prompts within their classroom to increase students' writing proficiency. Teachers within their content areas will use common writing prompts, and a common rubric to score them. Writing prompts will be given once a quarter or approximately 4 times a year. Now that we have introduced the different strategies you will be incorporating into your classrooms, we will now have you within your groups do some investigation into these different strategies. We are now going to do a jigsaw learning activity. This type of activity is a great way to get multiple ideas, concepts and ideas out to a large group in a small amount of time. Michael will tell us what we are going to do. Michael.
Thank you, Allison. As Allison said, jigsaw learning is a great way to get a lot of important information across to a large group of people in a small amount of time. What we are going to do is that each group will be given information about one of the 3 strategies that Allison talked to you about. Each group will then review, summarize and critique the information they are given, so they can share what they have learned with members of other groups. The goal of the activity is that when we are done, each participant should have knowledge and understanding of all 3 strategies that they can use in their classroom this coming school year. Allison is now handing out to each group the information they will be reviewing for their given strategy. Group 1 will be learning about the definition and goals of close and critical reading. Group 2 will be focusing on question 1 of the 4 questions of close and critical reading. Group 3 will be focusing on question 2 of the 4 questions of close and critical reading. Group 4 will be focusing on question 3 of the 4 questions of close and critical reading. Group 5 will be focusing on question 4 of the 4 questions of close and critical reading. And, Group 6 will be focusing on Writing Tracker. Now that you all have the handouts, each member within a group will read the given handouts on their own, making any necessary notes and highlights they feel are important to what they read. After reading on your own, you will then discuss what you read with the other members of your group and together come up with a summary of the key ideas and concepts from the reading you are assigned to share with the other groups. Additionally, when you are discussing your reading with the rest of your group, you should also talk about how you could explicitly apply what you read within your own classroom and come up with a few specific examples. You will now have 15 minutes to read your handout and discuss with your group. If you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand or just call either Allison or myself over. You may begin. Okay, it has almost been 15 minutes. You should all be finishing up in the next minute or so, and then we will move on to the next phase of jigsaw learning. Okay, time is up. Next you will share your summaries with members of the other groups. This is how it will work. One member of each group will stay at their table and the other 5 members will move to one of the other group's table. After everyone has moved, we should now have one member of each group at each of the tables. Go ahead and move to your new group. Now that everyone is where they should be, you will spend the next 10 minutes sharing with the other people at your table the highlights from your reading. Make sure you also share how you and your original team members plan on utilizing what you read in your classrooms. You may begin. Okay, it has almost been 10 minutes. You should all be finishing up in the next minute or so, and then we will move on to the last phase of jigsaw learning. Okay, time is up. For the last part of the jigsaw learning, you will now return back to your original table and share what you just learned with the rest of your group. You will have 5 minutes to complete this. Go ahead and return to your tables and begin discussing. Okay, it has almost been 5 minutes. You should all be finishing up in the next minute or so, and then we will wrap up the activity. Okay, time is up. Hopefully you all were able to learn a few things about each of the strategies and have some ideas on how you can start incorporating them into your classrooms. Does anyone have any interesting ideas or thoughts that came out of their discussions? Well, thank you all for sharing, and now Allison will wrap up our session today with a quick little closing activity. Allison.
Thank you, Michael. Well, hopefully you all got a lot out of the jigsaw learning activity and will be able to use what you learned to help your students become more proficient in both reading and writing. At this point we would like to wrap up today with a quick participant recap activity. Michael is passing around a summary exit slip handout to each of you. On the handout we would like you to summarize a few of the things you learned from today's professional development session. Feel free to use whatever format you would like for your summary. You can create an outline, design a graphic organizer, or use any other method you think would get your point across. We will give you 5 minutes to create your summary. Please finalize your summaries, and in a minute we will have a few of you share out your thoughts. Does Anam want to share with the rest of the group? Thank you both for sharing. Well, that brings us to the end of today's professional development session. I want to thank Michael for all of his help and all you for your attention and insight today. Please hand either Michael or myself your summary exit slip on the way out, and have a great rest of the day.